Okay.
Hey, we
Hey,
get there in the end, don't
hey, Carrie,
How
you've
do I?
improved. You're a lot better than the last time I saw you.
we?
Now,
Okay. How do I?
how do you what? Go back to sleep?
I think you did.
It's gone.
Yeah.
All right. Adrian, you want to talk about this one?
Oh yeah, this was pre-COVID, obviously. In my home studio, I was working with a model that wanted a few headshots and stuff done, so I went a bit above the basic headshot that she wanted because I want stuff for my portfolio as well. And they were taken basically on just a grey background. I added the texture on the back of this one in Photoshop and added a bit of dodge and burning to make it look and feel a bit more painterly, not just have it, real stiff and sharp looking. I wanted it to look like it was a bit wispy and light and a bit oil painty. And the next one is, if you go into that there, Gareth, is a bit different again. As I used the same background, but I used a gel on it this time, a light blue gel that shot off on a separate flash, and just had her sitting on the box doing whatever pose she felt like, and that was her pose of choice. So I think it was a good one for the for the shoot.
Yeah, maybe with our head back, it would have been better. One thing I noticed on this, let me just zoom in. See the way you have a shadow on the hot spot here?
Yeah,
So just be careful of that.
to lift the chin.
Or lift the lights. So
Yeah.
it's probably this shoulder that's casting that. So the lights probably were at this height, were they?
Yeah, I was balancing it on a box and a beanbag, I think, and
Yeah.
I couldn't go
So
much higher.
this shoulder here probably caused this shadow,
Yeah,
and it's a bit again because your light that's a bit diffuse. But again, it's just a little bit distracting.
yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
So if just tilt the head back, probably would have fixed that.
Yeah, I think because it would have been in line then with the because it kind of see the way the shape of the body is going back up this way.
Yeah, and then
If
it
you had
just
it going,
abruptly.
it kind of goes against the grain.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. It's just
No, it makes sense. It just abruptly turns again and throws off the
yeah,
lines, the leading lines.
yeah, possibly. Okay.
Ah, yeah. And then this is mine, and this was
So I think
taken.
I know that fella.
This was taken pre-COVID up in Dublin, and it was just
You sure?
yeah, just the way I go around doing my street photography. I just walk around, take the picture, and move on. And this was just happening outside one of bars. Took the picture before I got in trouble and moved on because they were pretty out of it at that time as well. So, I don't think the groom was too pleasant with me when he took the picture, but
20 to 7. It's a bit early in the day to be that well on.
they were out all day. I can tell you that because I bumped into them once before.
Excellent.
But I thought it was a nice little moment to put in for this week, just to cheer up everyone a bit, something different.
Oh, you're only reminding us of times when we used to be able to get out.
Yeah.
Wonder how he's feeling now.
Huh?
I just wonder how he is now.
Oh, God knows.
Locked in with
Probably
wife.
still hungover, if that was any good.
I wonder did his wedding happen?
Oh yeah, you're right.
You might not be married, Josh. Okay.
No, there you go. There's then. Oh, this is Gary's. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is just one of mine. So again, I did a couple of communions recently, post-COVID.
Gary, for a little bit.
Sorry. So yeah, it's just one I liked with the kind of black and white processing on it. Nice detail in the hair and that. So I just kind of like that one.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's very nice. And the vignette really makes that. It really pulls the eye in as well.
I was going to say throw a vignette on your one too, but then you might distract this guy over here.
It's only a shame that woman was standing there because he was doing like a good pose as well. But
yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I showed that one last week. So that was just a piece of bog cotton around sunset back, I guess, April, May time. So just again, kind of a matte finish, just to mute the tones a bit and make it, just flatten it a bit. And yeah, I kind of like the light on that and just the solitary bog cotton in the kind of middle. I suppose it is bang in the middle. There enough in the frame, so
it's nice. Did you try that in a vertical crop as well, or would it take too much away from it, do you think?
probably could. There's a lot of dead space here, so maybe this bit here is the picture.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because there's nothing happening on the left side.
Sorry. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I must try that actually.
But then would it look a bit too, on
Trite.
its own and solid,
Yeah.
It's one of them things just to experiment with and see, but it's lovely, isn't it? The tones are gorgeous. I'm guessing you used a long focal length for that.
Yeah, I brought I used to go to walk and bring the 300mm lens with me.
Ah, okay.
Because just one I hadn't used in a long time, so I just want to take it out and use it.
Yeah, you can tell with the stuff on the side how much of it is sharp and then it falls off. Because if that was just a macro, everything would be pretty much gone.
Yeah, so.
That's gorgeous.
Actually, Gary, if you had cropped it on the right to make it more or less a square photo, I think it would work pretty well.
Yeah, it might do that too, yeah. Instagram it.
The tones are gorgeous though. Oh, hello.
Lads, excuse me, I'm going to have to leave you.
No.
Enjoy the rest of the night.
No
Hey,
worries,
Bob.
Bob.
Okay.
Goodbye, Bob.
I think this one is... Who sent this one in? All right. Not Gary Hill, is it?
It looks very
No.
Gary, doesn't it?
No, it's Joe Duffy.
Oh, good man.
So yeah, it's just Joe Duffy's. So yeah, it looks.
There's nothing blown out and there's texture
Yeah,
everywhere,
so-
isn't there?
The key thing here is not to blow out these feathers or to blow out kind of the edge of this, where it would be really reflective.
There's so much detail in the neck though, it's insane. Did he send any writing with the pictures? Obviously not, I'm guessing. Just to say how it was taken.
You'd have to check that too. They took on a recent walk along the River Dodder in South Dublin.
Oh, okay. It's nice.
We'll be quarantined. And then the next one,
It's Joe again, I'm guessing.
Joe again, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Best thing, he didn't like the look of Joe. Very suspicious.
It's hard to tell on the web. Is the front end in focus or the back end?
The focus looks to be on his hind quarter here. Yeah, the focus seems to be just in this area here.
Which is a shame, because that's a lovely little pose and everything, isn't it?
Mm.
I'd actually like to see that in black and white, maybe. Or would it be too busy? with all
Topaz Sharpen AI might fix that.
Mm.
Okay, next one.
Ah, yeah, you got the picture. Cool.
Yeah, so that's mine, Christine here. I took it actually at the start of April. It was just my granny's garden. I was up visiting my sister, and a hedgehog appeared, and just I was probably taking a few quick snaps together, and just at that time the tulip was more in focus than the hedgehog. I just liked the way the light caught the tulip.
I like the
It
way
is.
the bush in the background is sort of framing the tulip as well. It's really nice.
Yeah, makes it stand out a bit.
Yeah. What camera do you use? Yeah, because we all know each other, so with a new member, we like to grill you.
I have a Canon Rebel T7i.
Woo, another Canon user. Hey. Getting the quality in now, aren't we? Yeah, this is gorgeous.
What was that you were saying about the Z7?
Shut up.
T7i.
No.
Joking at me now.
Fergus Adrian has access to a lot of Canon or Nikon gear, which he
Yeah.
loves.
Shut up, Garrett.
I know you're a secret fanboy.
That's gorgeous, though. I really like
Yeah, it's
that.
nice.
Very much.
I've been trying to get a hedgehog in my garden all summer. I've been setting up a wildlife camera and everything. I still
wow.
haven't caught.
Well, that was like, he shouldn't have even been out. I suppose he was coming out of hibernation, but
Yeah.
we think they found him dead the next day. So there was something
Oh.
wrong with him. He shouldn't have been in daylight. So unfortunately, but
Yeah, it's predators that time of year.
yeah.
Oh, the big foot.
My nephew was born in the middle of April, and he was in hospital for about 10 days. He was premature, and this was just one of the first times I got to see him at home, and kind of just thought it was I love black and white, but just capture the early days.
This is the lighting on it's lovely. For newborn, it's very soft and it looks bright and airy, and it's very good. The only thing I'd say, I'd like to see the bottom of the heel, and that's it. It's just lower down a bit, and then you got it. Because the framing's nice. It's nice to have the empty side as well, because mammies and daddies like to sometimes ask you for a print and use it as an invitation or a thank you card or something. But it's very nice.
Yeah.
Cool. This is
Paul, I guess, is it?
Yes, it's me.
Do you want to talk?
Paul has a style. You have a style with skies.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I can nearly always tell your photos by the sky.
Yeah.
The brightness of the blue is always your signature.
Yeah.
This looks familiar.
Do you want to tell us about it a bit, Paul?
It's in Ballybunion in North Kerry.
Okay.
So I was down there during the summer. Yeah. So the processing, let me see. I increased the midtones by using not the saturation, the other one beside it. What's it called?
The luminance.
You know, in camera raw above saturation.
Vibrance.
Vibrance, yeah. I increased the vibrance. I think that brought out the sky. I also increased the clarity to try and make things a bit
sharper. Yeah.
Right, sharper. Yeah. Should make the grass and stuff a bit sharper.
When you're doing that,
I think I had to brighten up the cliff face.
Was that a global sharpening or selective? Did you go over it with the brush tool just to sharpen the foreground on its own?
Sure.
Or was it just the slider you used?
It was just a slider. I did everything. I just did a bit of dodging and burning afterwards then.
Good man.
To do on the
yeah.
It's on the sky as well, I think.
It's nice.
Yeah, but it was global for the slide.
Yeah. Just be careful. You can see a bit of fringing here on the clouds.
Yeah.
You might have boosted a little bit too much. There's a few sensor bunnies, a few dots. See them here. Here.
Yeah. Okay.
I say the very right of the frame is a little bit busy compared to the rest of the shot with all the buildings, and maybe if you just you know, crop that off by zooming in a bit more to the castle if you could. I'm not sure if you could or not, and shoot more out to sea just to get rid of all the modern day buildings.
Share screen, and I want to share this. Share. Okay.
Hey guys.
We're back. Okay, so are you seeing that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me make it full of the screen. That's my own photograph. Put that over there. It's just of the motorway in the morning when I go walking 6:30 in the morning. So it would have been a bit darker than that. and that was taken with the phone. So I
Oh.
just it's whatever you have with you. So yeah, it came out quite well. But if you zoom into it, you will see that it's quite, it doesn't have the resolution that a camera would have at this. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but well, you probably won't see it too well over Zoom anyway. But it is quite blurry when you get in close, like,
Yeah, and I say the ISO on it would have been up anyway, because it's mostly automatic.
it was actually down at 50, believe it or not.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know if you can see. Can you see the details there at the side?
Yeah.
Does
No.
it show you them?
No.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, so can you see the full?
We can see the photo.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So full. It's very wide photo. Yeah. So ISO was 50. And,
Wow.
let me see the f 2.46 millimeters, whatever that is. 1/100th of a second, so that's what it took that. Yeah, I tried, for some reason I couldn't get the pro mode working on it that morning, which allows you to do raw on the phone, so I just couldn't get it going.
It's got a lovely mood, and it has great leading lines. Even the fog itself has a leading line in as well.
Yeah. Well,
nice.
I desaturated it too with one of those lookup table thingies, I just stuck that on it.
It looks like a very old Kodak picture,
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah.
yeah. So, happy enough with it. That's cool. I go on here to the next one that I have. That's that's taken with the camera, the proper camera, and
that'd be better.
Just desaturated, just desaturated. Like, that's one of the few quiet times, and just black and white.
Looks like the old one. Did you change the screen?
Sorry?
It's still showing me the old picture.
Yeah, I'm still seeing
it
as well, yeah.
Okay, hold on, let me, can I go back here to sharing? How the hell I don't see what it's sharing. It's got a bit funny on me. Okay, so yeah, that's or sorry, stop shared window. It's closed. Okay, so let me open it again and go into share it again, because I moved it. I think that's why it cropped out on the sharing. Okay, can you see it now? That's a bit better. I can see. Yeah, so that's one I took with the camera proper, just while she was asleep. One of the few times she was asleep, and just converted it black and white. But before that, I did that frequency separation thing that you showed one night, Gary. Yeah, just to smooth the skin and keep the detail in the hair and that, So she had a bit of a rash at that stage, so there was a few bumps along her face and that, So it cut all them out, and the blotchiness that newborns have. So it's just it's one of the few times she's peaceful and quiet. So better get a photograph, So,
she must have got the hair gene from her mommy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, thanks very much for that. Yeah. I've enough. The other one telling me that I don't need to go to the hairdresser because I've no hair at all. And she's 2.5. So. I have another couple. This one is from Sheila. So it's well, I don't know. Does anyone want to comment on that? I find it quite nice with the colors and that, like they're muted and that, So it's quite nice. I think the detail is all there. If you scroll in, it's quite sharp the whole way in.
And that'll be the small version anyway as well. So
yeah, it was 2,500 on the long side. So yeah, it's quite good. Anyone else want to comment on that? Or? No? Am I doing the commentary?
You are.
Yeah, I like it as well.
Yeah.
You're sharing your comment.
Oh, okay. I'm sharing. I comment. All right. Yeah. Actually, I like this kind of stuff anyway, because I like going around, walking around, it looks like, say, an old town of France or Spain or somewhere like that, and you find these things down back alleys and stuff like that, and I like taking that kind of shot. It's a shot of, you won't say it's a shot of, I don't know, monumental significance, but I just like them, these kind of shots, old stuff, God knows how long that will be there. So I'll move on, and the next one is Sheila again, probably the same place I would have thought. It's like this is the kind of thing you do find down back streets and stuff like that, So this one's very interesting, because it seems like they just plastered this bit of the wall so they could do this. Fresco, isn't it? You call it when you do it.
It's when the priests go out with the graffiti.
Yeah.
They make sure to plaster the wall and everything first.
Yeah, it's definitely not Banksy, So.
Anthony, why is there 3 helicopters above your head?
What?
Anthony's
got
why
3 helicopters.
3 helicopters.
I'm gone abroad.
No. Anyway, just to get back to the shot there, it's the one thing I would say is the windows and that aren't straight in it, and it looks like it was taken, from the side at an angle. And I would say to Sheila, just straighten it up. You can straighten it up in Photoshop. But the other thing you can't do in Photoshop is get the feet. Now, I don't know what was down below this photograph, whether there was, there might be no more than this in it, but I would have angled the camera down a bit and try to get the whole lot of them in,
I agree with you. If she just pulled back a bit or zoomed back maybe and stepped a little bit to the left, it would have sorted out a lot of that problem.
Yeah. It would have always. The lighting is great on it actually, because you can see it just seems to be shining on the graffiti in the middle, if you want to call it that. So it's like it's lovely lighting on it, and lovely tones around it, and that, it's just, you could do the straightening all right, no problem in Photoshop, but you won't get the bottom back, so have a look at that the next time.
It's one of them things when you're out actually taking a photo, just take your time, because even when you're on holiday you can easily pick up the camera, do a quick snapshot, but just stand there, take your time just for like 10 seconds maybe, and really figure out your settings and figure out your composition, just so you don't miss it, because heading back over there for the same shot is never going to happen. Just take your time when you are there, just to get it, if you really do want it. Like as Fergus said, the lighting is perfect here. It looks lovely. Like even on the graffiti, the lighting is coming from above in the same spot where the real world lighting is coming from, so everything works on it. If it was
that's true.
Yeah, it's just a little niggle off. Take your time when you're there, pull back and actually get the shot that you want.
Yeah, and take loads of them, so you don't end up with one where I don't know, there's somebody sticking their head in, that's the only shot you've taken and it's ruined. Especially if a shot like this, you have time. This isn't going anywhere. So
exactly.
You have time to do it. So we'll move on. I have a couple here from Bob as well. So the next two are from Bob.
Awesome.
So this is Bob's of the Royal Canal at Ballina Bridge.
That's
gives a
where it
full
is,
title to it, so it's nice black and white, with Bob, everything is technically perfect on it, so there's no, you can zoom in all you want, you won't find any problems there. The one thing I would say, it's converted to black and white, and he probably did that because it looks like it was shot in the middle of the day. And it was probably going to be washed out if you left it in color, so I'd say that's probably why he went with the black and white. The clouds, he's done a lovely job of the clouds, getting them in there and getting them nice. And
I say crop off the bottom bit, because that weird bush on the bottom left,
on the bottom left.
Yeah.
Right, hold on, wait till I zoom in a bit and try and
There you
something
go.
like that, maybe.
That's it. It just makes the bottom a lot clearer, and it also brings the edge of the river right to the corner as well, which brings a great leading line up the path.
Yeah, probably puts her more in a third as well.
Yeah.
In the bottom.
But then you lost the shadows on the river, the shadows of the
Yeah.
The reflection.
sea.
Yeah, you do all right. So, a bit more of it. Yeah.
I don't think that's what the shot is about, though.
Yeah, I do think it brings it if you just go in another little bit, it does sort of bring it into, gives it that letterbox format too, which I kind of like at the moment. Next week I'll probably like something else.
As Kasia said, though, it is a shame that the reflections aren't just fully captured in it.
Yeah, but I think the kind of girl takes you away from that. You kind of were the figure there. I presume it's a girl.
Yeah, I assume so as well, Gary.
It's well converted, though. It's really nice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, lovely shot. All right, we go on to his next shot, which is a Bob special, I think. I have to zoom out. Do I? Yep. This is a Bob special. Right, somebody else comment away there.
Just the guy sitting in the bathtub. It hasn't changed.
So this is where Pat Mustard hangs out after Father Ted.
Yeah. So I call this a Bob special because it's a composite shot.
Yeah.
Seems.
I think he just needs to do a bit of better color matching because the hair of the guy just does not match the color of the scene.
Yeah. And
yeah, he's too.
A bit of shadow under his leg.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what got me was there's no shadow in the bathtub or under his legs, so it kind of makes it look strange. And he's far more saturated than the rest of the scene, so perhaps it needs to dull him down a bit, I was looking at the lighting and all that, and I think the lighting's pretty okay. It's coming from roughly the same spot.
I'd like to see him sitting on the other side of the bath with the legs actually in the bathtub, so that way you could cut off his actual legs.
Yeah.
So he's like using it as a boat or something.
Yeah, because the cutting off here is kind of crude.
Yeah, so that would save a lot of problems if you just sit him on the other side, and then you could add texture on top of it and make it into like a dreamy looking photo.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. Yeah. I don't know what to do.
Like the John Birmingham thing, put a sail up in that boat, and make it look like
candlestick maker.
Yeah, so he's actually. I had a look. I thought this flower was just something floating there as well, but if you're looking close, he's actually balancing that on his hand.
Yeah, there's a long stem. There's a good cutout on that now.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. That's pretty good.
But as you say, he's oversaturated for the rest of the image.
I like his earring.
Yeah, I just noticed that. All right, yeah. So,
character.
But yeah, if I was messing with that now, I'd plump him into the bath, and then you save yourself the headache of trying to blend in his feet in the mud.
Yeah, it would be a good idea. All right,
it just makes the job a lot easier,
Yeah, perhaps turn it into a boat, as you say it would.
And then you make it into the story at the same time,
Yeah, indeed.
But it's
indeed.
It's one of them things that
only we had a workshop we could work off from
that. It's one of them things though. If you play around with it enough, you'll actually find like a fine art style in that. It's just getting things right. But,
yeah. I'd say I get the impression like that these were probably done late last night,
probably,
or today at some stage. in between Bob filing tax returns for people. So,
Yeah, it's busy time
Yeah.
for him. Yeah.
it is indeed, yeah.
So will we pop?
No tax to return this year.
You do, of course, have tax to return. You've all that stuff on the side there, Gary. That you don't want people to know about.
I wish.
And they're the 6 photographs I have.
Awesome.
I think I have a few more. Can you
Yeah, I'll stop
put them back
sharing.
on?
Yeah,
Can you
I
get the
think I
sharing
set
up again?
that. Yeah, I think I set that so that everyone
No,
can share.
it's disabled.
Again.
Where the hell? Oh God, I'm on the share screen. Advanced sharing options. Multiple participants can share simultaneously. Yeah, right, that's it. Who can?
Right.
Why is? Do you know? It's grayed out for me.
Hey, there we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
we're back.
That's Paul's again.
Yeah. So now we're on the next one.
Okay. Okay.
That's Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Paul again.
Do you want to talk us through a bit of it, Paul?
Yeah, this is the Cliffs of Moher. I took it during the summer. It was about 4 or 5 o'clock in the day. I took it. As for processing it, I had to do the dehaze because it was a bit misty. So the dehaze brought kind of more detail back in. I think I added a bit more vibrancy to get a bit more color. And after that, I probably did a little bit of dodging and burning, I think, in the sky.
Yeah.
About it.
See, it's that thing again. As things go off, the fog and the mist actually makes things look further in the distance. So don't dehaze too much to try and flatten the image. Let things go off into the mist. You did a great job holding it at the front, and the clouds, nothing's overexposed. I'm sure Gary will point out the few little bit of dust bunnies in the sky again.
1, 2, 3.
There they are. And
4.
it's one of them things.
It's
always the tiny bit of foreground that annoys me in these type things. If you just crop a little bit in, it just clears up the image, and it's the same thing as Bob's. If you turn this into a letterbox image as well, it'll look a bit nicer, because you have a lot going on in the sky that's going to waste. Because you really just want people looking at these, the edge of the cliffs.
Yeah.
So if we just crop a bit off the top and a bit off the bottom, it'll just sort out, in my opinion. But that again, it's your image. It's up to you. Any other comments on it, Gary? Or anyone?
No, I just think for the Cliffs of Moher, you need to be there with a dramatic sunset or a severe weather. Because I mean, a lot of people have this shot, but if you want to make it different, you got to be there at the right time.
Or a really long exposure would look cool.
Yeah. But no, it's good. It's well handled.
Yeah. Did you bring a tripod that day, Paul?
I did, yeah.
Do you have any filters, or you don't?
I don't know.
Okay, I say if you could invest in a few filters eventually, and it'll push your landscapes up by a massive amount. Because you got the skills, it's just you need the tools now. I think that's the problem.
Okay.
Because you got the skills, you're holding everything perfectly. Like there's nothing blown out, there's nothing too dark. If you put the filter in front of that and get them clouds looking really soft and drawn out, and the waves really smooth, that would be fine art. Like you're pretty much there. So have a little look-see into filter systems and see if you can afford one of them.
Okay, yeah.
Because you're right on the edge of hitting fine art with them. Now, who's this?
I think this is Gary Hill's.
Okay.
So I think it's a turn.
It says common turn at the top there. So.
Does it? Where's
the
setup?
I'm up at the top of the.
More astute than me.
Yeah, I'm not that good at birds.
Yeah, I think it's a typical Gary shot, isn't it? Again, a little bit burnout in the tail, but that's going to happen.
And a little bit of blur on the wing, is it, at the top?
He must have been shooting from a cliff down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was that photography show, Gary. I was watching a nature one about bird photography because there was nothing else on, and the photographer was saying he just uses auto ISO, and that's how he does it. I don't know if that's what other people use because I never do birds, but it might be a thing to try out for people who do it, just to test, see if it works. Because they use just a small square focus area, and that's where they get the ISO from. And once the bird is in it, it gets the basic level.
But I imagine he wants to be getting it from the hottest part of the bird.
Yeah, that's the other issue.
If you're traveling at speed, how are you going to do that?
Mm.
Like, you try to put a little square in that area to measure the exposure. Yeah. I don't know.
That's probably why it's better to use stuffed birds, and it's easier.
Maybe with these modern, modern tracking focus systems. But I know my 750, you couldn't do that.
Okay. See, it's again one of them talkers who probably has the best camera, who can do that sort of thing.
Yeah. Let's see what's next.
Oh wow.
Cormorant. So tell me, what's the difference between a cormorant and a shag? No one's using them.
No,
We're the same bird. We need Gary on.
Yeah, you need Gary.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would be tempted to crop the majority of that photo out and get in with the...
There's a lot of dead space.
Yeah.
I don't know what camera Gary's using though as well. Would the resolution be enough to be able to crop in too much?
I think Gary has full frame, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Quite a good camera.
He used to have the 5D. Let's see. Did it save it?
No.
At the exhibit info. Yeah, just click that one.
Down in the bottom there, Gary.
Yeah.
Next to OK. Yeah, there you go. 5D Mark III. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he definitely can crop in a good bit there.
One 250th a second. Wow. It's a bright day. At 300 millimeters.
Wow.
Yeah. From what I know of Gary, he doesn't tend to do a lot processing with his shots. He either gets them in camera or he doesn't.
It's hard to tell, but is that fish overexposed or is it because it's so far away on the screen?
I think on the end might be a little bit, but
yeah.
Maybe not.
See, that crop there works.
Yeah, and there's enough detail in it.
Yeah.
I mean, you
there
can bring
certainly
it.
isn't there? Yeah.
That's a massive fish.
Yeah. So if Gary is watching this later on YouTube, definitely try doing a crop like that, because he'd have the bigger resolution file anyway, so it'll look even better for him than for us. And you haven't zoomed in that much, have you? 25%.
Do a little bit of dodging and birding here.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Norman.
Right, Norman.
Yeah.
Has to be Norman.
Yeah.
Does he know audio? No.
I don't think so.
Okay. Again, another typical Norman shot, which is really good. Like, the texture here is lovely in these beams. Really smooth.
We have 10 minutes left, so we
better... Yeah, we've got another 10. Yeah.
Can move on.
All right.
The texture in here is gorgeous, isn't it? That wood paneling.
I think I prefer the first one though.
Yeah, it's more dynamic.
Yeah. And
I'm just here on my end here. I'm seeing a lot of squares in the sky.
Yeah, so am I.
There's a bit of banding, but it's probably the resolution and the
Well, it's I see the banding around, say, where the bright part is in the top right.
Yeah, there's
But there is
banding
a
here.
Definite, yeah, but there's definite square pattern here now. Could be just
It might be
coming
super
through
low res,
WhatsApp
maybe.
or coming through Zoom, is it? You don't see that, Gary, at your end.
I don't see any squares, but I do see the banding.
Yeah.
But I guess that's just the resolution of it.
No, I see the squares as well.
I see the square.
We'll blame Zoom for that.
Yeah.
So.
It's like a Minecraft.
I could be just blind.
But yeah, it's sorry, Gary. Go back for 2 seconds. It's a thing that Colin that mentioned as well. And I've mentioned it to Paul. If he messes with filters and try and get the clouds now, because he's got the buildings down, like that's perfect.
Yeah.
Just try and push it into fine art territory now and draw out the clouds, and you'll be able to sell them prints to anyone really.
Yeah, again, if you had a 4 or 5 second exposure,
yeah,
that would be a nice,
freak.
lovely, wispy cloud.
Yeah. That's the thing for a few of our members is they've got the skill now, but they don't have the tools just to finish it.
Yeah.
And they're expensive enough tools. I know the problem there. So we move on.
Well, you could experiment with cheap ones, but at the end of the day,
it'll have
you
to
will
be
have
black
to
and
buy
white
that.
then. All the time it'll have to be black and white because the cheap ones leave such a bad color cast. And the expensive ones are so fragile when you drop them off a waterfall.
Yeah, that does no good for your pocket. Okay.
On there. So who's this?
Oh, that's one of them I just threw in there. It's an
cool.
old one.
That's
Again,
cool.
just trying color grading. Just a lonesome figure looking out to sea, wondering what's coming. Didn't see COVID coming.
Facing off the wrong coast, was it? Or
it's facing towards America.
yeah, so looking towards America, not looking towards China.
Yeah. We looked at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've seen
that
the
one.
next one.
Seen that one.
Bob's. Oh, here we go.
I think that's Cash's, is it?
Yeah, this is mine.
That's gorgeous.
This was,
Hybrid squirrel.
yeah, just squirrel just sitting like that, like the model. So I have a few seconds to just set up.
With the catch light in the eye, it almost looks like a studio shot as well.
Yeah, but it's not. It's just during the day, like in botanic garden. So
it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that was done with your macro long lens, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is the best lens now. I think. Everything with the macro now.
It's because it separates things so beautiful, isn't it? It's gorgeous.
The 105 Sigma.
Yeah.
That's really nice, guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to say anything about it when it's done so well. You can't really, you can't say there's problems because there's none. It's brilliant.
Now you don't know whether he's the red or the grey one though.
He's red.
Sorry?
A bit of both. A bit of grey on the.
He's a mixed breed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, I know.
And this is mine as well. Just when we back from Kerry, I just took kids want to play in ocean, took that photo.
That's really nice.
There was some clouds. There was not fog. There was some clouds coming, I think. So.
Yeah, the leading line with the tracks are gorgeous, and the mountains in the clouds adds layers and depth and shows you the distance. It's really, really nice. That's really well done.
Yeah, I like it.
And the little figures as well in the background. Are they with a boat, or what are they with?
No. There is a card there.
Oh, there's a car. Okay, sorry.
If you can zoom, Gary, so you see there's just a card there.
Whoop.
I wonder, would you just crop a little bit off the top?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think today. I just just watching that 10 minutes before a meeting, so I just don't. Think
Just this is too centered. and there's not really a lot happening bar the leading line. So just by shifting this to the third might just make it a little bit more interesting.
I definitely keep the leading line though.
Yeah. You can't do anything really with this.
No, it's the top.
You could bring it to start. Oh, you can't really because you'll lose. Well,
no, sadly we better move because we've got 4 minutes and I don't know how many pictures we have. So this is Will. So I'll let Will talk you through these.
Because this is mine. So I sent in 2. This is kind of a recent one from a couple of weeks ago. And just trying something a bit different with the lighting. It's just one kind of softbox off to the side, feathered off against her, and then it's on a grey backdrop with the texture added in Photoshop after.
Very nice.
Still need a bit of work to get it proper, but yeah, not bad for a first go, I think.
That's very nice.
That's not bad. I like it. Try go to this line here, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Which one? I am.
It looks like a fold in the sheet.
Yeah, I can see it now.
A simple clone will fix that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
See, we all know Anne from dressing her up as a homeless woman. So.
Yeah, she's great to work with.
She is,
She is, yeah. Let's move on to the next one, Will.
Oh,
cool. And this was pre-COVID, back in February. I took this one. A little bit bright for what was meant to be a rim light on the back of her, but I love the colors that came out in the top, and everything else worked so well. I kind of kept it.
It's a cool feathery cowl, isn't it?
Wow. It's a real cool shimmer on it when it's processed.
As you said yourself, the highlight's a little bit too hot, and then it's grand. I'd probably
I actually had
dodge
the settings for
the left eye a little bit as well, because the right eye's a little bit brighter. Just a smidge now, not much. Because if you do too much, she looks like a ghost or something. But just the tiniest of smidges to give a bit more life into the eye.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually.
It's very, very nice.
Yeah. Was this a one light setup again, Will?
No, it was a 2-light setup. I tell you what, I had my camera settings off. I had the f-stop. I think it was up close to like F4 or something when it should have been down at F10. I'd been checking settings for a different setup, and then when I turned around, I forgot to switch them back. So that's why the light at the back, so our camera left, was so hot in it. It was meant to be a lot cooler on it, but sure.
It's a simple fix if you wanted to redo it. Like, it's brilliant. Like,
it's one of those learning points for the next time type thing.
You have the base there, you know what's wrong, and you know how to fix it. There's not much to say, really. And the background, the texture on the background is gorgeous. It really suits.
Yeah, it's one I picked up off Amazon, and it's a selective color edit on the back of it, just to bring it kind of a blue rather than.
No. Many more, Gary?
No, that's it.
Hey, we did it in time. I was terrified when I saw the 1 minute warning.
Sorry, Adrian, I didn't send them in because I thought we were sharing them. So
Okay, will you share your screen, Marion?
If you share real quick, if you could share.
Okay.
Less than 1 minute. Please extend us.
I can't.
Now, how do I get back to sharing? That's the thing.
So if you can, there should be a share screen.
Just rejoin, okay?
Yeah. There's a share screen at the bottom, Marion.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
Yeah, just click that and you should.
There we go.
There we go.
No.
Ooh.
I'm liking your new style, Marion.
Well, this was a COVID.
Yeah.
This was COVID, and it was actually, it's in the garden.
Yeah. All right.
As I said, that was in COVID, when I couldn't go do anything, and so I just tried.
Do we have to guess what it is?
Well, I said it was flowers.
Oh, okay. Oh, we missed that bit.
Oh, did you? Oh, sorry, it was gone at that stage. It's flowers, actually. So.
What I like about this is you could display it any which way, and it still works.
Yeah, you could. You could turn it, or you can Yeah, you can have it upside down even. Different.
And with these highlighted strips that are going up and down, if you do turn it 90 degrees, it sort of acts like brush strokes with oil because it catches the light on the top.
Right, yeah.
It's really nice.
Okay, thank you.
It goes well with your, you know, the other panel that you did, the textures.
I know. I kind of said I was just.
This is like
I don't know what kind of a mood or that it was.
Your other panel displayed like stillness, and this one could display like motion.
And now, how do I get out of that one?
Oh, yeah, to the right. It should bring up an arrow, Marion.
Oh, edit or no?
Yeah. If you go down to the middle and to the right, it should bring up an arrow.
Let's see.
If they're in the same folder, you can use your arrow keys, hopefully. Maybe.
Yeah, there's the arrow.
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there.
There you go, yeah.
I like that.
Now, I don't know what you think of that. I had my I said now I'll just put it in to see what you think. It was that was actually when I was walking along the canal bank.
Kind of a retro 70s feel about it.
It has that, yeah. Is this Photoshop manipulated as well?
Oh, it is.
There
Oh,
a
it
layer
is.
on top of it? It looks like
It's
there's 2 layers of motion going on, like the flowers are one, and then there's another streakier one on top.
no,
No?
no. It's what the only we'll say what's on top of it is there was a bit of I don't know, you can't see me, can you see me moving?
Yeah.
Say, somewhere here say there was a blankish space and I cloned
Oh, okay.
a few flowers, not too many, just to fill up. I think they're cloned in. But the rest was as it is, and I mean I did do processing on it and kind of the colors with some of the blend modes. I changed the color. I was experimenting, and I like that one. So
I always like when you experiment in Photoshop.
yeah,
It's always a mad trip at the end of it. It's gorgeous.
so that was that one, and then I have this one as well. Just
Oh.
No, it's right.
Be the huggy.
like your comments.
The colors are gorgeous.
Can I have some of what you're smoking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all need it after COVID, but
Yeah.
the use of color in this is amazing.
This is composite or not? Just
This is COVID as well. This is walking along the canal bank. But I mean, manipulated.
Is the yellow flowers actually there?
No, the yellow flowers were there, but not in that photo.
Ah, okay.
No, the yellow flowers are put in there.
It really
It's a
works.
composite then
Yeah.
of the background, say, and the yellow, my primroses.
And is the background, Marion, is it, what did you do with the background? Is it a negative? It looks like a negative though.
I think, now I'd have to go back and look and see what I did. But again, I was just experimenting, trying out some of the things that I had never used and liked what I got.
Yeah, that's
So I can go back and find out at some stage and tell you.
I don't blame you. That purple is gorgeous mixed with the yellow
Yeah.
and the green.
I
Everything
did. I thought
works.
it looked like nice. And it was kind of because we were locked down in COVID.
Yeah.
And we were, it's just, I don't know, it just felt that everything was different, like that's what came out of my head. That you weren't really in a normal environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, or world.
Yeah.
No, that works. That really does.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's gorgeous.